Alright guys, it's time for a TV show review. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite television shows. Kind of before Transformers Animated and Phineas and Ferb. Which I rarely watch. But this show I'm about to mention, is very popular in my childhood, in my neighborhood. The show I'm talking about is Destroy, Build, Destroy. A very cool television show. If you're a kid like me. Destroy, Build, Destroy is a television show aired on the Cartoon Network block called CN Real, hosted by Andrew WK, who, if you know him, is a famous musician and songwriter. The show is about two teams of three kids. They're pulled together on two separate teams. They are required to build something by destroying something, right, and use the wreckage to build their vehicles. They compete, and the losing team's vehicle gets destroyed. But let me tell you how the show works. The first thing that happens is the two teams are introduced as well as the individual members. A couple of the members all have the one thing in common. There's one orange team and one green team. After they're introduced, Andrew will then tell you the challenge of what they're going to build, and then what are the key things that you need to build in it. Then he'll tell you what they'll need to destroy in order to build these items. Then he will tell you the three destroy options. I know a couple of them. I'm going to name off three of my favorites. Actually, two of my favorites and one that is always available. The first one is TNT. Basically, it's the usual it's the old plunger blow-up trick, where you just push down a plunger and it goes kaboomies. Number two, which was used in the last episode's sibling rivalry, a tank crush, where they'll run over the enemy's vehicle with a 15-ton Russian tank. I know, right? Anyway, after they run it over, now those are my two favorites. The one that is always available, which isn't really destructive, are the destroyers. The destroyers are basically a bunch of guys that carry a bunch of weapons, and they destroy stuff, and they destroy it using those weapons, but they're not really all that powerful. They do very minimum damage to it, to whatever you're using. And as a tradition on the show, each team destroys the other team's vehicle. So the more strategically they destroy their vehicle, the harder it is it's going to be either for them to build with. Then the build sites are set up, and then they're given a few extra materials to build with, and then they meet their builders and begin building. Halfway through the build, Andrew will pull the two teams away, and then they will have something called a setback challenge. Please note, it does not involve the progress of the vehicle, but the teams themselves. They'll do a small semi-challenge, and then the winning team gets to do some minor damage to the other team's vehicle. It's very small. It usually involves some construction trucks and vehicles just doing a small minimum damage, including a cement truck pouring cement all over it, a backhoe pulling it away on a rope, a dump truck pouring a whole bunch of gravel over it. Then they do the final touches to their vehicles, finish building it, they're named, and then they learn the final challenge. During the final challenge, the builders are rendered useless. So if you saw the episode where they build amphibious vehicles, the front wheel of the green team's vehicle breaks off. The builders are rendered useless at that point. You cannot call on the builders to help you. They're just pedestrians. Whatever team wins, every member of the team wins $1,000, as well as the honor of destroying the winning team's vehicle. They're given two options of destruction. They pick one and it's destroyed. And they usually stand behind a blast shield. Now, there have been two episodes where they are not given an option. The first one was the water taxi challenge, where a barrel full of nitroglycerin was rolled into the water toward their vehicle and then was blown up. The next one involved, in last week's episode, sibling rivalry, where Andrew came back with the Russian tank and shot the vehicle. Now, I do have one question which, if someone can answer this for me, please do. What do they do to the winning team's vehicle after all the players have left? Do they simply destroy it, or do they just keep it? I don't know. Now, at the beginning of the show, a small paragraph is on the screen, and it reads, Destroy Build Destroy depicts deeds deemed too dangerous for the average individual. It should not be attempted directly or indirectly by you. These people are highly trained and or supervised, which is another way of saying, don't try this at home. Someone could get seriously injured or even killed. So, please refrain from attempting this at home. But, yeah, you get my point. Destroy Build Destroy comes on Wednesday nights at 8:30. Kind of before, the other Siders. Instead of simply putting the two, separating the two CN reels on Wednesday night and Saturday night, they simply just put them together. First up to air is Brain Rush, then Destroy Build Destroy, then the other Siders, then Survive This. So, and that's a pretty cool show. I really like Andrew WK. He does an awesome show. I hope that maybe they'll release some t-shirts, the black t-shirts. And I also want your opinions. Comment on if you would get the black one that has the letter D on the front, and on the back it would have the word destroy, or the letter B in the front, and on the back it would have the word build. So if you could have one of those shirts, comment me, tell me which one you'd want. But that's about it for this video. Later guys, I'm out of here.